So it is 3:47 on Wednesday the 23rd of June. I'm at JM Fishing Park, Chicken Danzak. I just finished work at 3 PM on a Wednesday, and I've taken with an impromptu idea to come down here and fish. I'm fishing on my own, which is quite novel. Usually fish with obviously RV and Davros and Davros to Windros and ICW and Oz, Lee, but RV and Oz and Davos to Windros and Kevin have got they're off today, so they spent the day up Amazon patio. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I've texted them earlier and having a good day there. I think Davos has had his first ever Arapaima. That's good. So yeah, I'm fishing here for 4 or 5 hours. Basically, I'm just getting set up right now. There's a spot over there, right in the middle, and usually I fish in here, and Davos has been fishing the other side of me, but because he's not here, I can have one rod on my spot and one rod in his spot today. And the last 3 times I've been here, I've had 4 Julians. Bearing in mind, I've been fishing in this place about 3 years, and had 1 Siamese off the bottom, the odd swai, the odd ESOC, but nothing. And in the last week, I've had 4 Julians in 3 trips, also a couple of common carp, one of them being a koi. So yeah, absolutely awesome. So I'm taking advantage of this at the moment. So there's my rods. I've not got them out yet. They're obviously set up from last time. One's a bit heavier than the other. Basically the same sort of 20-pound braid, hook links, size 7 hooks, flatbed method feeders, 6-7 inch rigs on them, and I'll be fishing herring sweet corn for 3 or 4 or 5 bits on each one. Trying to cast as accurately, I can't even say the word, as I can. I'm not great at casting. I've got a bit of side wind as well today, so might be a little tricky. It's not a long cast, but it is for me with my little arms. So yeah, and here's I haven't even just got my gear out. A little bit of ground, but it's only 1 bag of coconut crumb and about half a bag of lum in there at the moment. I put a bottle of this in. I'm not sure what it is. It smells really nice. Someone might know. The company lives in Thailand. I'm not sure. It's a yellow one. It smells very sweet. And I put the sweet corn juice in there. I've got to add a bit more water to that. I'm going to wash this out as well and put that in there. Got scales with me so I can weigh any fish I hopefully catch. I need to go and get some bread up there because we've been using bread bobbins, old school. But they stand out as soon as it gets dark. You can see them a mile off, and it's nice to see the drop backs as well. We haven't been using swingers, usually Thailand, ESOC, Siamese carp, they tear off, so but these fish, because we're fishing tight, pretty tight, or 1 rod tight against the far margin there, and 1 rod a few feet in, and incidentally the few feet in rod has been the one that's been catching the Julians, so that's interesting. The deeper water, and hopefully be tight lines, and hopefully get some nice fish. See you in a bit. And there is the scene. Let's do it. There's a little dog, little scared dog. You can't go near this dog. Lovely little dog, very cute, but he's very scared. Look. Anyway, I just went up to the restaurant, got 1 slice of bread, which I'm going to cut the crust off them and just make a couple of old school bobbins. But God, I'm just so excited. My pulse is racing. I'm just so excited, like a little kid, panicking almost. There was a few anglers here when I got here, and they left just as I got here. It was like perfect. They were sitting here fishing this other lake. I'm like, bloody hell, I've got the whole lake to myself. No other lake. We was here the other day. It was full, and we still done well. So the pressure's on a bit really, because I'm here on my own. So I only got the rods out yet. Let's make the most of it and get the rods out. Cheers. And there's a couple of Thai people up there. That's right at the other end, just arrived. They're looking at me like I'm mad. I'm just standing there talking to myself. Bang on 4 o'clock. I'm hoping to get the rods out. Well, I am getting the rods out now. So, but here's the rig today. So that is actually 50-pound braid mainline. I pretty much use that for anything up to sort of Bung Sam Ran style really. 50-60 pound fish, 70-pound fish. I use this rod and reel setup with a 50-pound line. Got a little back lead on there, just keep the line down, pin down. There's a flatbed method feeder. Get off Lazada, get 4 of those for 84 baht. It's a 20-gram one. That's about 7 inch, 20-pound braid hook link. So a size 7 Thai Gamakatsu hook. There it is. and then 4 bits of corn. So I'll put the mix on there. I've got lots of bits of sweet corn in there as well. That's what I'm feeding on the hook, so that's what I'm going to be putting in the mix as well. Smells really nice, quite a sticky mix. And there's the spray. It's in a Sensus Crazy Baits old bottle. It's Jesus, what can't remember what it's called now. Carp. Bloody hell. Is it Scopex? It's a Scopex flavour. And there's my bobbins. Got to be careful of them because the dog eats them. If they fall off the rod, the dog eats my bobbins, so be careful of that. Anyway, I spray that up, and I'm going out left hand rods. Now there's a little nick in between the far bank concrete, whatever it's called. So one rod we go out to there, and one rod just to the right hand side, maybe about 12 foot 15 feet away, and try and stick to those spots for the next 4 or 5 hours and see how we get on. Let's do it. So got one rod out, and just going to go and got to put the bobbin on it so I can see for drop backs as well. But here's the method ball, flatbed feeder. I'm trying to get, actually that's probably too much on there. I don't want to put much feed out at all. I'm not going to cast that often. Just got it hanging out the bottom a bit. Sprayed the corn, size 7 hook. You know, I've fished this peg now a few times in the last couple of weeks. Done really well. Had a Julian's every time, and 2 Julians on one occasion, without baiting too much. So I know that it's a feeding spot. I know that they're going to swim past, so there's no point in putting loads of bait out. I have fished it in the past up here about 2.5–3 years ago with Craig Hartwell, and he put loads of bait in, and I was fishing next door to him, not doing very well at all, and he was catching everything under the sun. And that's the only time I've ever seen anyone really do well here for that particular occasion. He hit it on the right day, or baited properly and fished well, and he smashed it. And I was fishing next door and hardly had a fish. I'm getting a few bumps on the end of the rod there, so I'm going to put that bobbin on in a minute. Here we are again. It's 11 minutes past 4. Just giving you an update in the time. I've got both rods out. Left down one to the middle spot there, straight ahead. Relatively tight line, pretty tight. A braid, and the right hand rod was out, say 15 foot, 20 foot, probably 15 foot to the right hand side. But first cast, and I'm not the best caster in the world. It takes me a couple of casts to get my arm in, if I do at all. And feel a little bit short, but yeah, I'll stick it out for a bit, leave it out there for 20–30 minutes, and then have a rethink, you know. So yeah, got the bobbins on. Both rods, the drags, when the bait runner's not on, the drags are set really loose, because, you know, I've got a size 6 hook on. There's Siamese carp in here up to 60–70 pound, Meagle, catfish. I don't know, there could be some big ones in here, but we're not seeing them. But they're obviously, they fight like lunatics. Lots of swai, Julian's golf like rockets. So it's very important, obviously, if you're using a small hook, and that is key, I think, if you're going to catch these smaller species regularly, is to go fine and sort of scale back as you can. So size 6, size 7 hooks, you know, you got to be really careful with your drag, especially on these big rods. I mean, that's an 8 pound test curve free spirit, so it's well over, it's too much for this setup really, but it's all I've got at the moment, so I'll go with that. But yeah, so the drag's set really loose. But the other thing I was going to point out is my bait runner's set quite stiff. The rod rests are in very firm, and I want a good hook hold when the fish goes off. So yeah, the bait runner's set strong, but when it clicks into the drag, it's probably not that much stronger than the bait runner really. So yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, they're out there for now. Got the bread bobbins on, old school bread bobbins. I can see there if I get a drop back, or if I obviously get a run, and that's I mean, probably I should have them this side, but they're right there. They're more visual when I sit back in the sort of sala things is back here. That's all my tackle and stuff there. So yeah, there's no one on this lake at all. Lots of swai on the surface down there. That's sort of where they feel most comfortable. You always see the swai topping down there, and usually when they're topping like that, you know, you couldn't catch them anyway, even if you wanted to. And then since I've been here, there's a couple of Thai anglers fishing down there. One bloke looks like his bird, and another Thai lady's turned up. Looks like there's someone in the restaurant up there. Just there's the waitress there. She's getting ready to order some food. I'm going to order some food in a bit. Yeah, and just chill out really, and But yeah, keep on it. Lots of fry in the water down there. I'll probably message RV and Davros in a bit, see what they've had at Amazon. Yeah, it's a long time since I've fished it, or RV's fished it. Probably at least a couple of years, so be interesting to see what they catch out of there. And yeah, I'd like to go down there another time as well. So the reason why I didn't go down today is because I finished work at 3 o'clock. You know, it's a bit more expensive for a ticket. There's 500 baht at the moment, so if I go down there, I might going to get down there by 4. It's quite a long way as well, so I'll get down fishing for R4, and they might be packing up at 6, so it's not worth it, is it? So I can get here in 25 minutes from work. It's only 40 baht a day, 40 baht a rod, so you know, it's not expensive. And yeah, I can probably fish till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. You know, it's depending how it goes. I say 8 o'clock, be 4 hours, and then if I'm struggling, I might do another hour. If I'm doing really well, I might do another hour, but we'll wait and see, you know. So there it is, beautiful place. I say it's beautiful, but they're building a big commercial sort of, I don't know, industrial plant or something over there. Initially, when they started building this, the water level went down. That's hence the reason now that they've got this concrete wall all the way down the edge to there. We came here and had a look, and the water level's alarmingly down. Luckily, it's a deep water. It's sort of 16-17 foot in the middle, and it slopes off, slopes off both banks, but it was down alarmingly levels. Never seen it so low. Worrying about the place, and they've managed to put these concrete barriers in around the edge there side, and the water's gone up again, so, and it looks really healthy, and the fishing is off the chart at the moment, so hopefully it'll carry on, and we'll see. It's a different view. It's me laying on the platform, rods there, coming down here. I've got the cage here. They're very good here. They put the fish in the cage to recover. Got oxygen in the cage, got buckets to tip over the fish to keep it nice and moist, and put some water in its gills when it's on the bank. They've got these platforms specially designed to come out in the water for photographing fish. So yeah, they're doing really well here, and be nice to see other fisheries. And oh, hello, I've got a bite, fucking bite, I've got a bite. Shit. That didn't take long. I was just doing a bit of filming there. That feels very much like Siamese carp. It might be a Julien's, but it still feels a bit big for that. So hopefully one of the guides, or the lads that works here, will notice this in a minute and come down, give us a hand. I can net it on my own, but I don't know about photographing it on my own. But I'll turn this off a minute. He's on hand. He just let me take this out of the water. And I'll look at it. Blimey, look at that. It's about 45 pound, I reckon. Wow. Right, not going to weigh this one. We're going to put it back. I'll get a quick film of it. There you go. It's got to be about 45 pound, I reckon. Lovely fight, size 7 at 20 minutes fishing. That's how you get it at the moment, isn't it? Awesome. Oh, let's stay still, I think. Okay. Yes. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. In here or in there? Put it back in the tank. So, I won't weigh the bigger ones. I'll get a Julien's, I'll weigh the smaller ones. I haven't got a sling with me today. But yeah, JM Fishing Park, man. Fishing his head off. There you go. We'll put it in the retainer, so it'll stay in there. Lots of oxygen. And let it just come up there until it's ready to go back. Yeah. Not a bad first fish, eh? But a Siamese carp, I estimate 45 pound. The owner came down and landed it for me and filmed it for me, so hopefully we've done a good job there. Nice one for that. Cheers, by the way. A bit awkward, not awkward really, but I don't speak much Thai. He doesn't speak any English, but we got it done, and thank you very much for helping me out. And he looked very pleased that I caught the fish, and went back nicely. It's in there. I've just had to move the rods over. I had the rods positioned here, but because they're back from the water, I had the lines pretty tight. That spout of water that's coming out was going through my line, so it was sort of wrecking the sensitivity of my spot of my baits out there at the moment. So I've moved them over. I did have the bobbins the other side of the last ring, just down here, just because when he's sitting back there it's more visual, but I've only got one slice of bread, and you know, if I get a run there, it's going in the water, so I'm going to lose my bobbins. So I've gone back, but to make it a bit more effective, and they're going to love this, bit of a running joke at the moment, we've got tight lines bobbins on the go, so hopefully I'll see that drop back if I get a bite on it, and obviously it won't matter if it races off, although this one not on a bite alarm. Luckily, well, I won't keep me off it for too long, but I did see it race off obviously when I was doing a bit of filming down there a minute ago. So yeah, I don't want to catch a fish for at least sort of 20 minutes or half an hour if I can help it, which sounds mad actually saying that at JM Fishing Park, because how many hours I've spent fishing on the bottom. I mean, not just me, everybody I know really in the last 2 or 3 years, and it's you fish all day and not get a bite, and cast out on bread, on punched bread, and bring it in 6-7 hours later and the bread's not touched. So what's happened to this place recently, I don't know. I'm doing very well here, not because I'm a great angler. I've just been here a few times, spent a bit of time fishing here, and yeah, just, I mean, you know, anybody who comes down here can have a good go. So yeah, I think I'm talking shit now, so I'm going to turn it off. 5:10, and the lad who works here, I think he's just come to take the Siamese out of the holding tank and put it back in. So it's had about 30 minutes in the tank. Oh, there it is, just jumped, doesn't like that. There it is, swimming about, he knows what's happening. Oh, hello, is that me or is that him? I don't know, listen, that was the, he's got him, there you go. There you go, putting him back in. And hopefully he'll turn that noisy water off, that noisy water, so I can fish again in peace. Nice one, cheers mate. Can I have a cow pad guy? Cow pad guy. Cow pad guy. Cow pad guy noon cup. Hey down, mate. Let's think. Mayo cup. Yeah. Popcorn cup. Just ordered a fried rice chicken. He asked if I wanted a fried egg with it, but I've had 2 eggs already today, and I don't like to eat too many eggs, so yeah, a bit boring. But yeah. So we'll have a look at that when it arrives. The food is really nice, lovely food here. It's about, get a quick look at the time, 13 minutes past 5, so I've been fishing an hour and 13 minutes. I just spoke to Harvey and Dave on the video chat. They're at Amazon today. Dave's had a good day. They've had a few alligator gar. I think Harvey's piling bait in, fishing quite a short rig. You know, ideal to catch the sort of bottom feeding fish, Julians, common carps, black shark minnows, that kind of fish. I think he's putting it on a spot, feeding it pretty hard. So yeah, hopefully they'll have a few fish there today. It'd be nice to hear what they've had. Meanwhile, I see the Siamese carp's just been let go. I turned the water off because he just went over to order my food. Yeah, nice bit of peace and quiet now. There's a lovely wind blowing from right to left down the lake. A big swirl on this left hand rod. I don't know, maybe it's because it's on the shelf. It's a flatbed feeder, it's on the shelf. Sorry, not shelf, on a slope. I don't know, maybe there's fish hitting the line and knocking it. Maybe it was the water coming out of here and disturbing that big retainer there. So yeah, see what happens. I was getting a lot of sort of drop backs and stuff on that, but nothing for the last few minutes. Oh, little bleep then, but I think it's just oversensitive. It's a wind. The wind's probably doing it as well, to be fair. So yeah, I got that one straight over, and this one's a little bit short. I've had a free cast on that one every time. It's been a bit short. You know, usually we're fishing over this side and we've got a longer cast over to there because we're not fishing straight across. This time I've gone dead opposite the spot and I'm walking out on a platform, so maybe I'm being a bit overcautious in my cast. The next cast I will wang it a little bit more, try and get it over there. So yeah, all to play for, as my good friend Kevin Ellis says on his videos, and I've copied him. There we go. A couple of Thai people up there looking at me like I'm absolutely mental because I'm standing there talking to myself. But yeah, let's do it. Oh, so beautiful. There's the other lake. This is the tilapia lake. I think there's common carp in there. There's fire eels in there. I've never caught one of them. That'd be interesting to one day have a go at them. A little bit of worm. John's seen people catching them. Very much like an English commercial. This is sort of that's how it reminds me. There's a couple of lads the other day fishing the whips, Thai whips here off that bank here, catching a lot of tilapia. So it's lovely. We see a few big fish moving around in here as well. I don't know what they are, but a swai or Mekong, or maybe a Siamese has got through and got into this lake, or red tail, I don't know. But it'll be interesting one day to catch a big fish out of this lake to see what they are. Here comes my food. Cheers, mate. Cup of my cup. Thank you. Awesome. Cheers. Cup and cup. There you go. That's beautiful, that. Chicken fried rice. There's loads of chilies there, so I'll whack them on and get a stab in it. Hopefully I won't get a bite while I'm eating this. Beautiful, yeah? Yes, lovely. 34 degrees. Lovely sunny day. Beautiful food. Awesome. Just had my tea. The chicken fried rice. Dog's got a dog for accompaniment. He's on the beg. Just had a digger turn up, started digging ground. It's about 100 metres over there, probably less than that. So I don't know if that's going to be good for the fishing. And dead opposite, I've got a big flatbed truck reversing up the road there. So and he's doing some work over there. So hopefully I won't be doing that too long. Because yeah, that's it. Here's what's going on. Getting lots of little knocks on that left-hand rod. I had a drop back a minute ago while I was eating my food, and it dropped right back. Picked the rod up, tightened it up, dropped back again, tightened up a bit more, dropped back again, hit it, felt a fish, didn't feel very big, so it could have been a tilapia or maybe a common carp, something like that. But there was definitely a fish on there. Pulled the stoppers up a little bit on the feeder, but that left-hand rod, it's been constant little knocks, and like a minute ago the bread bobbin just shot off. The line went really tight, something went through the line. But the right hand rod, nothing at all, no line bites at all. So it's a bit strange. Whether there's a really good spot out there that I'm on, and that's where the fish just swimming past at that depth, I don't know. But this rod on the right hand side is a bit closer in, so maybe it's just this side of where the fish are. So maybe you do need to be a little bit further over. So I'm going to cast that one out, go a little bit longer on that one, and hopefully that result in a bite. Just lost the fish on the way in. It wasn't very big. There's the feeder, got one of those big stoppers on there. As you can see, oh, it's been pulled up about 6 inches. I think it was a common carp or a koi, a few koi in a common carp. That sort of, yeah, they don't fight very hard. You know, they're only about 10, 12 pound, probably tops. But yeah, there's a fish. I had a drop back on the other rod, which I spoke about a minute ago. Again, that felt like it could have been a carp as well. So yeah, it is what it is. I was trying to jump over the little stream there with a camera hanging out of my pocket, and I think I let the line go a bit slack, so it might have been my fault. It might have just been hooked badly anyway. But yeah, anyway, positive anyway, we're getting bites, so let's give it another go. Let's get out there. Looks beautiful, isn't it? Look at that, man. Awesome. It's 10 to 6. It's pretty much about the longest day or something around here. It's a full moon. ICW messaged me a minute ago, so it's a full moon on Friday, I think. So I don't know, that might be the longest day, I'm not sure, but it is the longest day soon in Thailand, or probably in the southern hemisphere for that matter. So I've got about 45 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes of light left. I say there's 3 people down there fishing, 1 lad and 2 girls. I don't know if they're fishing as well. And I don't know if there's anybody up in the restaurant, just me. So I'm hoping a big party of people are going to come up and sit in the restaurant and eat and drink, or eat, because it won't make me feel so bad if I'm just sitting on my own and they just got to turn all the lights off. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe the 2 fish I lost earlier, maybe this is the culprit. Just had a little tilapia, about half a pound. He's putting his fin up there, trying to get me. There he is. So I've got one in. I'm going to put him back. If I offered him to those Thai people up there, they'd probably have him. But for food, because that is a favourite dish for a Thai, and And they don't taste too bad, but I'm going to put him back. Oh, he went back with a bit of attitude there. It's beautiful now, lovely time of day in Thailand. Because we're fairly close to the equator, dusk doesn't tend to last that long here. Like, you know, get those lovely summer evenings in England, and I'm sure much of Europe, and I don't know about Australia, but I'm sure you do in parts of Australia and America. But here, you know, it's only an hour or so, hour and a half, and it's dark. But the sun is just dropping behind those clouds there, so probably got about half an hour, 40 minutes I reckon, until it's going to be dark. Let's look at the other lake. Lovely breeze today, it's lovely and cool with the breeze. So yeah, hopefully we've got enough time for another couple of nice fish before we leave. Julian's been nice. Obviously never had a black shark minnow out of here, never had a Hovens out of here, never had a Meagle out of here. So there's, you know, 3 species right there that I've never seen. Well, apart from Craig that time, I've never seen anybody catch. So, you know, there's a chance they might have been taken out. You know, you can take the ESOC, the Rohu carp out of here, and you know, Hovens carp, also known as mad barb, and Meagle carp do look very similar to them. So, you know, maybe they've been caught and taken out. Black shark minnow looks totally different. So, but yeah, you know, there's been 4 different Julians out of here in the last week. So if there's still 4 Julians in there, there's a lot more of them in there. So that bodes well for the other ones being in there as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to get one. Be a special catch for sure. And there it is, little dog turn back up. Hopefully one day I'll befriend the dog. I should bring some food down here, because he did take a bit of cucumber out of my hand, but I think I've been a bit ambitious of him liking in cucumber. He dropped it, but he did come up to my hand and take it out of my hand. So you got half a chance. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, what's your name? What's your name, mate? What's your name? What's your name? My name's Daniel. Oh, 16 minutes past 6. Dog's still there, keep me company. And my fellow angler down there and his 2 girls he's got with him are going. They're packing up. So I'm hoping, I can't see the whole restaurant from here, but I'm hoping someone will come up. Oh, hello. He's looking at my bread then. Leave my bread alone. Bit of a drop back then on the left hand rod. Could have been the wind, of course. It's fairly windy, and that retainer thing probably touching the line a bit, but we have had a few drop backs there. But I don't want to drop back, I want a screamer. I want a screamer. Julian's or bloody 12-pound black shark minnow, or another Siamese, or common carp, or anything really, to be honest with you. Make them out there. There's a platform there and there's people eating in the restaurant. Hopefully they're really slow eaters, and they'll be here till like 12 o'clock tonight. I won't be here till 12 o'clock tonight, but hopefully they are. Yeah. Never had a Meagle carp out of here before. And there it is. There it is, mate. Beautiful Meagle carp. Look at that. I was hoping it's a black shark minnow. So just had a Meagle carp. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna just put some water on it. Let's get some water. I won't weigh it, because I'm on my own. It's about, I don't know, £6 or something. Love this fish, that. Oh, we've got that on camera. But difficult to hold. There you go. Beautiful. Spotless. It's a beautiful Meagle carp. Look at that. Hopefully got that. There you go, let's put him back. Oh. Awesome, awesome. I never had a Meagle carp out of here, so that's awesome to catch that. I can't believe it. So 6:39 now, time's ticking away. I'm going to give myself to 8 o'clock. That'd be 4 hours fishing. Just had a Meagle carp. I didn't weigh it, just do you know what I mean? I could have weighed it, but I just couldn't be bothered. It's about £6-7, I'd say. Lovely fish, lovely condition. you know what, I was playing it and I was thinking, this is not a swai, this is not a swai, this is not a common carp, definitely not a Julian's. And I was just thinking black shark minnow, staying really deep. And then it came up and it was a Meagle. And when I think back to how Meagle fight, it was fighting exactly like that, really. But anyway, if you've caught a Meagle, you know what I mean. If not, then they don't fight particularly well. It did actually fight quite well, actually, for a Meagle, but difficult to explain. You know, they just bang around a bit, go down deep. Took a bit of line off me. Obviously the drag's set pretty low because it's a small hook. But yeah, it's awesome fish. I've never had one of them out of here. So yeah, pretty awesome. And there's my spots over there. Just gone out a little bit further on both of them, and I've seen 3 or 4 fish top right over the spots as well. Like nice big swirls, big tops over there, so that's encouraging. They just put the lights on over there. There's no anglers here at all. I'm the only angler on the lakes, which is lovely. And there are people eating up there. I'm sure when they want to go home, they will tell me. You know, 8 o'clock's the target. If I'm here till 8:30, then I am. You know, if I catch a Julian's or a black shark minnow, then I'll probably just pack up early anyway. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, let's have a look. There's a beautiful, lovely breeze here. You know, it's probably, there's no breeze. It's going to be hot and sweaty, and it's going to be like 32, 34 degrees. But as it is, there's just a lovely, steady, right to left breeze coming off the sea, because Lamshebang is down here. We're probably a few kilometres, probably not even that, from, you know, as a crow flies from the sea. Just a lovely breeze coming over, so it's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully next time we turn this on, we'll have a nice black shark minnow to show you. Just one more thing to add as well. You know, if you come here at the moment, they've got this new bank along here. I'm just particularly fishing in this part at the moment, but you probably, you know, there's probably, you can fish all the way down it and it's going to be good spots. But when you're fishing, when I've been fishing here last 3 or 4 times, we've been fishing after dark. You know, I've only got one bite alarm there, but you know, I'd fish bobbins as well. I'd fish tight lines bobbins, because you can see the bobbin's going to fly. It flies off when it goes forward. But most of my bites here, apart from that Siamese carp, well today for example anyway, that Meagle I just had was a drop back, a really quite a long drop back, and the doughy density of the bread bobbin on a tight line does have quite a nice drop back effect on it. Yeah, so, and the other bites, well, a tilapia, which I think probably I caught a tilapia and lost another couple of fish which I thought might have been common carp, but in hindsight, you know, I think when you're an angler and you lose a fish, you're always hoping for the biggest fish you could think of it might have been, but they probably were tilapia, and they were drop backs as well. So, and I've had a few other little knocks and drop backs. So yeah, if you are coming here, try and fish as tight a line as you can and use some sort of bobbin. And you know, well, not necessarily with a tight line, something you just see it drop back basically. Well, 5 to 7, got my head torch on, still light. It's actually still light, which is quite amazing, because like, I don't know who said it, it might have been Harvey or ICW, one of you two, said the other day the longest day is next couple of days, and I reckon, yeah, they're right, because it's 5 to 7, it's still light. In Thailand it's usually dark for about 20 minutes ago. So the sun went down over here. Oh, hello. I've got a drop back. On the left hand rod, which has been the most active rod actually of these two tonight. It's the lighter rod. I mean, the rigs are the same, so that doesn't really make a difference how heavy the rod is, or the braid, but they're both 50-pound braid, mainline. One's a lot lighter rod and a smaller reel, but yeah, much more activity on the left hand rod. But I just had that Meagle on. Just going to tighten that up a little bit. Keep a nice tight line on it. Bit of a drop back. Yeah, 1 or 2 nice fish, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy to go home now, to be honest with you. Yeah, Meagle. Never had a Meagle out there. Been fishing here for years, more or less. And a nice big Siamese, about 45 pound. So yeah, one more fish would be awesome, but no more fish will be fine. So yeah, beautiful here at night time. As I said, only angler on the lake, surrounded by nature. So you can hear the motorway in the distance. It's a bit of a rumble, but that's no problem. You can hear the whip bird over there. Don't know what he's called actually, but yeah. Mozzie's starting to come out a bit, I can feel them, but I've sprayed the mozzie spray on me. You get these people say, oh yeah, you've been in Thailand for years, you don't get bitten anymore, do you? I do. They love me. In fact, if I didn't have any mosquito spray on, I'd have to go home, because they love me, literally. I put mosquito spray on, they still bite me, so yeah. So if you come to Thailand and you're worried about mozzies, just get a 7-Eleven and mosquito spray in there, just spray it on you. I just spray it on my legs, on my ankles and feet really, mainly. Oh, actually saying that, if I'm at Bung Sam Ran or somewhere there's a lot of mozzies, I'll have a spray everywhere. And it doesn't bother me. Some people say sun cream or mozzie spray. Oh, I'm worried about catching fish, but I don't think that's an effect really. Do you know what I mean? To be honest with you, as long as you wash your hands in lake water, or whatever additive or ground bait, or get your hands in the chod or the grass or in the mud afterwards, then no, I don't think it's a problem really. You know, obviously if you just put a load of Factor 50 all over your face and you go in and go and put your bait on, yeah, you're probably not going to get a bite. But if you box clever around it, then you'll probably be all right. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough of me talking shit. Tight lines bobbins, braid bobbins, old school. 2 rods, far bank, very nice. You can see the moon up there, and it's not far off. I think ICW said full moon's Friday, but it doesn't. I can't see it because it's actually the cloud is covering it, but it looks very close to a full moon. So I don't know. I'm no expert on the moon cycles, but I hear from. Oh, hello. A bit of a knock then. Could have been a liner, could have been a bat going through my line. It's definitely something. Anyway, I was just saying, I've got a few friends that do follow the moon cycle, and they swear that a full moon is good for fishing. So maybe I should be doing better. There you go, you can just about see. Oh, something's having a little tinkle on that, I think. It's at night time, you can't see your braid, can you? Is that left hand rod every time? Yeah. Don't know. Anyway, here's the scene. It's getting dark. It's what? It's got dark. Lovely. Oops, shit, he fell over there. Standing on the platform by my rods there, and I tell you what, getting some nutty liners, man. Nutty liners. I'm seeing fish topping over my spot. And I'm getting some nutty liners, so I don't know how much you can see on here. There's the lines, you can see the lines. Oh, see, there you go, bang, bang, big liner. You know what, I was going to think they're bats, but the line just goes into the water just down here. So the only way a bat could hit it is there, so it can't be bats, it's fish. They've been out there a while now, so I want to cast them out again just to make sure they're reset and the rigs are working properly, but I don't know, I might just, yeah. Might do one, leave one out there. 28 minutes past 7, and just sitting here watching the bobbins. I can see the bobbins. I don't know if you can make them out. There you go. There's the right hand one, and just the activity on those bobbins, man. It's like, there's one there. There's one, and there's the other one. You see that? There's so much movement out there. You know, and this is actually quite a low stocked water. Look at that bobbin there, look, it's just bouncing, it's just moving. See? This one keeps going up, taking little flicks. Yeah. But I was getting loads of indications on the left hand rod, and it was out there about an hour. And I brought it in, and the 4 bits of corn just untouched. So, I mean, you know, I'm fishing on a slope, so there's a lot of deep water between my rod tips and where my bait is, And you know, in Thailand there's a lot of fish up in the water. There's a swai, Aesop, Mekong, Siamese, God knows what else, you know, just swimming up in the water. So that's probably what accounts for a lot of those indications, line bites. But it's interesting to see them moving up and down, you know, because without the bobbins you wouldn't normally see this, you know, you wouldn't normally see those indications. You might just see a little flick on the line, looking at the line in the water, but so it's quite interesting just to see that, you know. Anyway, that's enough of that. Hopefully one of them will tear off in a minute, or tear backwards, either or. And yeah, because time is starting to tick away a little bit. Well, just had another Julian's. Just had a Julian's, man. Fucking hell, a big one as well. Might be the biggest one I've ever had out of here. Oh shit, shit, fucking hell, shit. That's a fucking... What a fish, man. What a fish. I'm gonna weigh this one. I'm gonna definitely weigh this one. Weigh it. Kilos. Yep. Oh, that's like it. 8 kilos, 11 at 0.29 for the net. And there you go. So we can get this on light. There you go. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. 8 kilos, 8.11. I'll work it out in pounds in a minute. Just want to take a picture of that. Just move the camera here. Just get this on the camera. Okay. Oh, come on. You're right. There you go. 8 kilos of low. I'll work it out in a minute. I'm going to slip him back. Awesome fish, man. There he is. I'm holding him in the recovery tank because they don't go back too well, the Julians in here. So I just want to make sure as soon as he's on his feet, so to speak, I'll turn the go up there and plug the electric in so he's got some oxygen. But for now I just want to hold him here. Just, oh, come on, they really play themselves out, man. Just want to, come on, that's it. All right, yeah, you're all right. Nice, he's just gone down there. Hopefully he'll be sulking, so I'm just going to go up there. I'm going to turn, hello, got a little bump on that rod there. Whew. Oh mate, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. There he is, I can see him there. I think he's all right. Well, just caught the fish. He's in there. They go back so weird, man. They play themselves out. You've got to be so careful. Being able to come to JM Fishing Park and catch a Julian's, don't just put it back because you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it, all right? Hold it. Literally, it might take you 5-10 minutes, or better still, put it in one of these tanks, put the aerator on, and keep an eye on it. Because if it goes belly up, it's probably going to die. Yeah. And I've had this one out. He's literally, there he is. He's not brilliant. Look, he's not brilliant. He's recovering. So, mate, anybody comes to JM, sees our video, Harvey's got one, he's going to put one out. Take care of your fish. Meagle, carp, Julian's carp, black shark minnow, anything that's a bit delicate, be careful. Don't just put them back, throw them back and hope for the best, because you're going to kill the fish, yeah? Just, there he is. See, look, he's not brilliant, but he's all right. So I'll leave him in there for half an hour. We'll see how I get on. I don't think I'm going to bother putting another rod out. I've got one out already. I might just leave it as that. I've had enough now. Brilliant. Anyway, awesome. It's 8 o'clock. I've been here 4 hours now. I've got a Julian's in the holding tank with the oxygen on, and thank God for that thing, man. Thank God for that, because honestly, the Julian's in here, that fish fought awesome, mate. I knew it was a Julian's. I've actually caught a few this month, not bragging, but I actually caught a few for this month, and I knew it didn't feel as big as the Siamese, but the runs were just awesome. The turn of speed was mental. It's all it could be, really. And it was a Julian's anyway. But just look after them, because, you know, I caught one here on Sunday, 19 pound, biggest one I've had, and I was just fishing just up on the left there, and I held it off this platform for about 5-10 minutes, and it weren't going anywhere. You know what I mean? It would have gone, if I'd have just left it, it'd have gone belly up and died. But I was holding it there, and then I'll knock on that left hand rod then. Oh, and the fella that works here ends up grabbing it off me, taking it down to the other retaining cage down there, and he whacked the oxygen on, and there was 3 or 4 Thai anglers down there, and I sat up here with Davos, the windross, and about 10 minutes later, I'm going to go down and check on it. I went down there, got onto the platform, and it was on its back, belly up. I jumped in. I literally jumped in. As soon as I got in the water, I was like, oh, I've got my phone in my pocket. I got in that quickly. I sort of held it in the water for a few minutes, and it was fine. It was in between my legs. It was quite funny. It was swimming between my legs and everything. And I still come back up here, and half an hour later I went down again. I was paranoid. I was like, fucking, the last thing I want to do is be responsible for a 19-pound Julian's dying. And the same again, that one there. I held it in the water 5 minutes, nothing happening. So I came up here. There's a power point. You can plug the oxygen in, put it in the tank, but don't just leave it in the tank, because I watched it. Put it in the tank with the oxygen on, and again it floated up on its belly up. So you've got to hold it. You've got to, you know, if you come down here, if you watch it, if this goes out in a video and you watch it, please don't just catch a Meagle or a black shark minnow or a Julian's or whatever and just throw it in, because inadvertently most of them are going to die that way, because they play themselves out. They play so hard. So just want to say that, because as far as I know, the ones that I've caught have been all right, but you know, they're not very good at going back in here. So anyway, that's my bit. Cheers. Well, I said I'd pack up at 8, and it's 6 minutes past, but I reckon I'll give it to 8:30. I've got work tomorrow, so I'll start work at 6:30 in the morning, so I'll be up at 6. So but there's lovely lightning coming over here. Often in Thailand you'll see lightning or flashing in the clouds very often, and it doesn't turn into anything. The other day I was down here with Davos the windross, actually, and it did turn into something. It did. Yeah, we heard the thunder in the background. Harvey come down with Jenny to watch, and yeah, we heard the thunder in the background. Oh yeah, it's not going to come here. And in the end, I drove home with my wipers on full speed, double full speed. I couldn't see even where I was driving, and we actually a massive tree fell down in front of us on the road. It was amazing to see. We was actually just doing a U-turn on the bridge when you come back off the 7. There you go, lightning there. Don't know if you saw that. Coming back off the frontage road off the 7. You come off the road there, you go up onto, as if you're going to Khao Mai Gao, but you do a U-turn, go back to Pong towards Mapachan Lake. Just past that U-turn, I mean, a huge tree come down, covered both sides of the road, and a white car just pulled up just in front of it. It was awesome to see. But yeah, what my point is, hopefully that lightning over there won't turn into the same thing. Anyway, 22 minutes left to play. Left to fish, all to play for. 8:15, and I'm going to stay till 9. I'm going to stay till 9. And the lad here, he's just asked me if yep, he's going to put back Julian's. So I'll ask him to have one more look at it. He's going to try and net it out. He's got it there. Beckman cup. Beckman, have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, Beckman cup. Beckman. Okay, look at that. Look at that creature. Look at that, man. £17 4 ounce. I thought it was bigger actually, to be honest with you. It looks like a 20 plus. That is awesome. Look at that. It's the way I meant mine, huh? The way. Lovely. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Lovely. Put back, man. That's one.
Here.
Good, buddy. That'll go back lovely now. Look at that. It'll swing off absolutely fantastic. That's it, isn't it? Go on. He's still unsure, isn't he? He's still unsure. He's alright. He's okay. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, nice one. Bait down here. I come down here. One bag of coconut crumb ground bait, which is 20 baht a bag, and one bag, well, not even a whole bag, a half used bag of lum, which is the rice husk. I've still got half of that left. I'm taking home, and I bought 1 tin of sweet corn. I'll probably put about half a tin in the mix, and the juice. And I put one of those little yellow bottles of additive in there as well. And I've still got about half of that left. Look at that. Literally haven't really, you know, there's not many fish in here, and I think if you find a spot in here across that far bank, maybe somewhere else, maybe on the inside or in the middle, I don't know, but I'm just saying, you don't need a lot of bait in here, I don't think. A small feeder, a little bit of bait in the right spot, and I think you're going to get bites. You know, don't need to have bait heavily and cast all the time. Just my opinion, but that's just my experience anyway. But yeah, come in this way, but there's a proper wind, nighttime wind. But oh, hello! I've got a massive liner on that rod there. Shit. Oh, hello! Massive drop back. Massive drop back. I'm going to grab the rod. 8:31, and I think I might took my last fish. There's my spool. A tip. That was still Siamese carp. Not really the fish I want to hook this time of night. But as you can see that, I'll try and get in the light here. But as a very famous or iconic angler once said, what a great way to end the show. Look at that. A nice red tail catfish, probably about 16 pound, maybe 15 pound, something like that. Hooked on sweet corn, the greedy bastard. So yeah, put him back, and I think that's going to be my last fish. I'll leave the other rod out while I'm packing up. But yeah, what an awesome day. Siamese carp about 45 pound, Meagle carp, never had one of them, between 6-7 pound. Julian 17 pound 4 ounce, and that, and one tilapia. Awesome. JM Fishing Park, what a place, honestly, beautiful. Get in! Get in! It's I don't know, about 9 o'clock. I've packed up now. Had a great day today. Fished about 5 hours fishing. Had my first fish was a Siamese carp, about 45 pound. A lovely fish, man. Really great fight. Really took me by surprise. Really good fight. Knackered afterwards. Had that, and then a few drop backs, a few little funny little bites. Lost a couple of fish. I thought maybe a common carp, but I think they're probably tilapia, because I caught a tilapia shortly afterwards, and same sort of fight. After that, caught a Meagle carp. Never had a Meagle carp out of here. But between 6 and 7 pound, I reckon. Awesome fish. Put that back, and then had a Julian's carp, 17 pound 4 ounce. Really dodgy putting it back, like it just went belly up and put it in the retainer with oxygen for half an hour, then put it back in the water, and it's still dodgy. They burn themselves out so much. You've got to be really careful, especially here. And then after that had another run, which I thought might have been a Siamese, and it turned out it was a red tail, about 16 pound 15 pound. Good fight, yeah, nice. And it's absolutely blowing a hoolie here. It is so windy, and it's rare at night time in Thailand to be windy unless there's a storm. And usually in Thailand, when the wind starts blowing, you know, you don't want to be out, and the wind's been blowing about an hour here, or more than that, and I'm still out. I looked at the weather forecast on Google, and it said like 50% chance of rain, so somewhere down there, up here, it's pissing down at the moment. I'm sure on the way home it's going to rain. So yeah, it's a stormy night. Anyway, great day, awesome place. I can't wait to get back down there. I think I'll probably be down there Friday, say Wednesday, so yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, nice one, had a great day. Cheers, bye bye.